All right, ready to dive in and make those business dreams a reality? Today we're tackling business plans using How to Write a Business Plan by Mike McKeever as our guide.
Sounds good.
And the cool thing is,
Yeah.
McKeever's not just an author, he's actually a successful entrepreneur himself.
Right.
So he's been there, done that,
Exactly. And what I find really interesting is that he goes beyond just saying you need a business plan for funding.
Okay.
He really gets into all the other benefits that you might not even think about.
Interesting.
Benefits that come from creating a solid business plan.
Yeah, because I think when most people hear business plan, they think spreadsheets,
Oh, yeah.
financial projections,
For sure.
which can be a bit daunting.
Absolutely. Numbers can be intimidating, but think of a business plan like it's a roadmap
Okay.
for your whole business journey.
Gotcha.
It helps you see your vision clearly, anticipate problems, make tough decisions
Makes sense.
with more confidence.
Like a dress rehearsal for the real deal.
Exactly. A dress rehearsal.
I like that.
Iron out the kinks before opening night.
Yeah, you mentioned a personal reality check, too.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
Well, it forces you to be honest with yourself
Okay.
and maybe even face some uncomfortable truths. McKeever has these really insightful self-evaluation exercises
Interesting.
that make you look closely at your strengths and weaknesses, personal goals, and see how your personality fits with your chosen field.
Wait, so you're saying my personality could actually make or break my business?
It can, definitely.
I mean, I know passion is important,
Of course.
but is personality really that crucial?
Absolutely. Think about it. Imagine you walk into a newsstand and the clerk's grumpy,
Okay. Yeah.
hungover even.
Yeah, not a good look.
Are you going back?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Makes sense.
Your personal qualities, they show up in everything you do,
Right.
and your business is no exception.
So I guess that's where those self-reflection exercises come in.
Exactly.
Help you figure out if your personality actually matches your business vision. Like asking, is this really ME before I go all in?
That's it. Ensuring your heart and head are both in the game. But it's not just you,
Oh, right.
It's also understanding your business itself. McKeever breaks down different business types.
Okay.
Retail, wholesale, service, manufacturing,
Gotcha.
and the specific questions you got to answer for each.
But wait, you're saying there's no one generic business plan template?
Not at all. What you focus on depends on the business you're creating.
Okay.
If you're starting retail, you'll think about things like location, inventory,
Right.
customer service. That's different from manufacturing,
That's true.
He uses this example of Antoinette's dress shop to show what a detailed description should look like.
Ooh, dress shop. Sounds a little more glamorous than my spreadsheet nightmares.
Maybe a little.
But seriously, breaking it down by business type is really helpful,
It is.
especially for someone starting out.
For sure.
It's all about asking the right question.
Absolutely. McKeever gives you the framework, but you got to tailor it to your vision.
I got it.
And that includes those financial projections we talked about.
Yes, the numbers.
Yeah. This is where many people get intimidated,
Yeah.
but it can actually be empowering.
Empowering. How so? I still just see number crunching.
It is number crunching, but when you put those numbers on paper, your vision becomes real. You think about revenue, costs, profit margins,
Right.
and most importantly, your break-even point.
Okay, break-even point. I hear that term a lot.
Yeah,
Can you explain it for our listeners who might not know?
sure. It's the point where your revenue equals your expenses.
Okay.
Basically, the minimum you need to sell each month to cover costs.
Gotcha.
Anything above that is pure profit.
Nice.
Like that first sip of coffee in the morning, everything after is a bonus.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So that break-even number can be a reality check too, huh?
Oh, definitely. McKeever gives the example of Ronnie starting a record store. She figures out she needs to sell $4,800 in records every month just to break even.
Wow.
That's a concrete number she can work towards.
Yeah.
Helps her understand the financial reality of her business. It really puts things in perspective. And speaking of perspective,
Yeah.
McKeever also talks about how important it is to understand your personal goals
Okay.
and how they connect to your business goals.
That's interesting.
This is where his experience as an entrepreneur really comes through, I think.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the how-tos of starting a business.
Right.
And forget to ask ourselves why.
Exactly.
Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve?
It's easy to get lost in the day-to-day,
Yeah.
but having that bigger picture can be really motivating,
Definitely.
especially when you hit those roadblocks, which you inevitably will.
For sure.
McKeever argues that your business shouldn't just be about money.
Okay.
It should be about personal fulfillment too, aligning with your values.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where your passion, skills, and values all come together.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Finding that intersection.
But what about those of us who have stumbled in the past?
Sure.
Maybe faced financial challenges? Does McKeever address that?
He does, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good.
He acknowledges that many entrepreneurs have had setbacks,
Right.
even bankruptcy.
It happens?
And he offers advice on how to handle those issues when presenting your plan to backers.
That's a relief to hear,
Yeah.
because it's easy to feel like you're the only one who's made mistakes.
I think we all have those moments of self-doubt.
Yeah.
But McKeever encourages transparency.
Okay.
He says, be upfront about your past.
Gotcha.
Explain what happened and show what you've learned.
So be honest, own your mistakes, and show you've grown.
Exactly.
All right, so let's say we've got our plan polished,
Good.
goals align, we're ready to face those potential backers.
Right. The moment of truth.
How do we approach that funding conversation?
Well, McKeever gives specific guidance on tailoring your pitch to different types of backers.
Okay.
Friends and family, banks, venture capitalists.
Gotcha.
Each group has its own priorities.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all pitch.
Definitely not.
You got to know your audience, what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Any specific tips that stand out?
When approaching banks, remember, they lend money. They don't invest it.
Okay.
So emphasize the security of the loan,
Gotcha.
your ability to repay, and any collateral you have.
So present yourself as a safe bet.
Exactly. Banks are all about mitigating risk.
Makes sense. What about venture capitalists?
Now with VCs,
Yeah.
you want to highlight the potential for high returns. They're looking for growth, innovation,
Right.
the possibility of a big payout down the line.
Sounds like you need to be a storyteller in that situation.
You do.
I like how McKeever emphasizes not limiting yourself to traditional funding.
Yes.
He tells those stories about entrepreneurs getting funding from unconventional sources.
Yeah.
Like that bicycle enthusiast who found investors through a local venture capital club.
Wow. It shows you never know where opportunity might come from.
So true.
Be open to possibilities.
Okay, let's fast forward a bit.
Right.
We secured funding. We're ready to launch.
Great.
Does McKeever just leave us hanging at that point?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
He talks about anticipating problems,
All right.
listening to feedback, being willing to adapt.
Makes sense.
He even addresses what to do if your business starts losing money.
That's something I've been wondering about.
Yeah.
What happens if you put everything into a business and it's just not working?
It's tough.
It feels hard to admit defeat.
He uses this example of Pierre,
Okay.
a cafe owner, who was so convinced his plan was perfect that he refused to change,
Oh, no.
even when it was clear his business was struggling.
That's a cautionary tale
It is.
about clinging to a flawed plan.
Exactly.
So flexibility is key.
Absolutely.
Got to be willing to adapt,
Yes.
adjust course as you go.
That's entrepreneurship.
What else does McKeever say about navigating tough times?
Well, he talks about staying realistic,
Oh,
analyzing your financials,
yeah.
making tough decisions.
Like what?
Sometimes that might even mean closing the business.
Oh, wow.
It's not giving up.
Right.
It's recognizing when it's time to shift gears,
Makes sense.
maybe pursue a different path.
Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to admit something is not working
It does,
and make that decision.
for sure.
It's a good reminder that even successful entrepreneurs face setbacks.
Everyone does.
It's all part of the journey.
Exactly.
Speaking of the journey, McKeever ends with a question that really got me thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Is a computer essential for your business, or could it become a distraction?
That's a great question.
Especially relevant today with technology changing so fast.
I thought that was a brilliant way to end the book.
Me too.
He doesn't give a yes or no answer.
Right.
He wants you to really think about how you'll use technology. Will it help you reach your goals? Okay. Or will it just suck up your time?
Become a time waster.
Exactly.
It's easy to get caught up in the latest gadgets and software.
It is.
But it's got to be working for you,
Right.
not the other way around. It should empower you, not hold you back.
Exactly. And he warns against investing in expensive stuff you don't need
Okay.
or even know how to use.
Right. You don't want a fancy computer gathering dust
Nope. It's about making smart choices.
that support your goals.
For sure.
We covered a lot today.
We did.
From self-reflection
Yeah.
to financial projections,
Funding strategies.
even the emotional challenges of running a business.
Lots of good stuff.
I think McKeever's message is one of empowerment.
Definitely.
A business plan is a roadmap
A guide.
that helps you navigate entrepreneurship.
And turn your vision into reality.
So what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Grab a notebook, open your laptop,
Yeah, it started.
and start crafting your business plan
It's time.
as you embark on this journey.
Exciting times.
Remember to stay curious, stay resilient,
Most importantly.
have fun building something amazing.
Absolutely. Best of luck.
And who knows, maybe we'll feature your success story on a future deep dive.
That'd be great.